What's going on, everybody? Sparks Comics here. Time to talk about this week's new comic book day top indie picks. Very excited about the books coming out this week, and there's some that there's one in particular that we're going to start off with that I'm surprised because I thought this series just disappeared, and that'll be my number 10 pick this week. That is Encoded number 2. This is from Devil's Due Comics, and I absolutely loved issue 1 of this series. I want to say it's been 6 months since it came out. It was a really cool sci-fi story, and I don't know what happened to it, but issue 2 is out now after a long series of delays. Josh Blaylock and Mark Powers are the writers, with art by Jethro Morales. Super cool sci-fi story, like I said, year 2055, with the internet shutdown, analog protocol ended. Things briefly returned to normal, but Epic's search to find his AI android peers, the Soul Splinters, is cut short when he and Augustina must help find a kidnapped anchorite child hidden somewhere in Chicago. And I know that issue 1 had a pretty low print run, so maybe harder to find physical copies, but hopefully digitally it's out there as well. I would recommend checking this one out. Encoded number 2 from Devil's Due. That's my number 10 pick on the list this week. For number 9, I have one from Ablaze Comics. This one is Laura and Other Stories, issue number 2 from Guillaume March. Before he created Carmen, he created this Laura series. It's a book that led him into the mainstream comics world and now being published here in America by Ablaze. Instead of wallowing in self-pity, Laura decides to take action and feel more in control of her life, but in the process of trying to have some friends and get her mind off things, she finds herself even closer to the man she has feelings for, both physically and emotionally, as they embark on a vacation together. That's Laura number 2 from Ablaze Comics. That is my number 9 pick. For number 8, we got one from Aftershock Comics called Mother F. Goose One Shot. It's a book from Frank Thierry and Joe Yzma, a prestige format one shot. 3 little pigs are gluttonous casino owners. Little Miss Muffet is a hard-nosed cop with arachnophobia. The 3 blind mice are ocularly impaired assassins. Puss in Boots is a feline-faced scumbag. Welcome to Mother F. Goose, where your favorite fairy tales are turned into twisted characters right out of a Tarantino movie, picking up from Little Red Hood, which was in Shock, and Along Came a Spider, which was in After Dark. We will make you a promise. This is the book that will ruin your childhood. Sorry, kids. That is my number 8 pick this week. It's from Aftershock Comics, and it looks like it's going to be a very fun little one-shot. For number 7, I got a book from Boom Studios, a new book from Boom Studios called Buckhead. It's issue number 1 from Shobo Coker and George Kambadias. What strange secrets lie in the mysterious town of Buckhead, USA? Toba and his mother, a renowned scientist, have just immigrated to the United States, but instead of living in the big city like Toba always dreamed, they've moved to a sleepy little town in the Pacific Northwest called Buckhead. In the middle of the picturesque and pedestrian town, Toba discovers that things aren't as perfect as they seem. Toba and his newfound friends find a strange video game, a perfect replica of the town and its people. Soon, Toba is on the run from Men in Black, with his friends brainwashed by microchips. Astonishing new series that is perfect for fans of Eve and homesick pilots. I've been looking at this one for a little bit since it was announced, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty interesting comic, new little mini-series from Boom Studios. Hopefully it sounds so interesting that I'm hoping that off the bat it doesn't stay just 5 issues. We shall see. But that is my number 6 pick this week, or number 7 pick this week for the top indie comics coming up. My number 6 pick is one from Image Comics. We've got Frontiersman issue number 3 from Patrick Kindlon, Marco Ferrari, and we've got art on the cover by Rosenwig. As villains conspire against him behind the scenes, Frontiersman battles a lunatic in front of the world. A live on-camera fight to the death with a former hero gone rogue. There's no place to hide. So this series has been a lot of fun so far. We're looking at our retired superhero frontiersman and him kind of coming back to the fight for environmental causes. And so some of the other things that have happened so far has just been really crazy. Some old villain of his coming back. And yeah, very excited to continue reading the series. I think it's an ongoing. I don't know how long it's planned for, if it's planned for 12 or 18 or just completely ongoing. We'll see. But so far, it's a lot of fun to read. So it's my number 6 pick this week for the top indie comics. Coming in at number 5 is an issue number 5. It's returned to a series from Boom Studios that we haven't seen in a little bit, and it's Basilisk. Issue number 5 here from Colin Bunn and Jonas Scharf. After the shocking conclusion of the last issue, the remaining members of Chimera regroup sullen. After a prophetic confession from Vanessa, she says they have a destiny to fulfill, a sacrifice. Meanwhile, Reagan is hesitant to tell Hannah about the prophecy, but before she can, she's overwhelmed by auditory pain, and Hannah hears a hauntingly familiar voice as she tries to help Reagan. Glad to see Basilisk back. First 4 issues, first volume was excellent. I love the art by Jonas Scharf, and his range between the present time and the flashback time periods is awesome. And Colin Bunn's writing on this one is just top notch. So Basilisk is my number 5 pick this week from Boom Studios. Coming in for number 4, I have one that issue 1 got me by surprise. It wasn't on my pull list originally. Picked it up in the shop because I flipped it open and it looked like a fun story, and absolutely got my attention when I read through it. A Thing Called Truth. We got issue number 2 of 5 coming out this week from Yolanda Zanfardino and Eliza Romboli. Dr. Mag discovers that stepping outside your comfort zone for one night can lead to absurd consequences. Like waking up to find yourself in another country having been kidnapped by an attractive woman while sleeping off the night before in your car. But is that a bad thing? Issue 2 coming out this week from Image Comics. Issue 1, like I said, really got my attention, and ready to check out more of this series. Coming in for number 3 was a book that just knocked it out of the park on issue 1, and that is What's the Furthest Place from Here? Issue number 2 from Matthew Rosenberg and Tyler Boss. It's a double-sized second issue, and it's just $3.99 regular cost. We had a triple-sized first issue, so for this second issue coming in at a double size, that's awesome. Gonna get lots more of this story. With Sid missing, her family must leave the comfort of their home in a desperate search for her, but the world beyond their walls is not a friendly place. Ask the wrong questions, and you may find out the hard way that you can never go home. So issue 2 of this awesome world that is being created here from Matthew Rosenberg and Tyler Boss coming out this week. Coming in at number 2 is a brand new series coming out of Vault Comics called Lunar Room. This one is from Danny Lore and Georgia Sposito. Cynthia Sin Breaker used to be a lot of things. A werewolf, a mob enforcer for a powerful mage, a name feared on every street of Solar City. But now, she's forcibly retired from all of those things, trying to get over her past and job and past loves. Zach Zero is a mage with their own agenda, and right now, item number 1 is to hire some protection. Normally, Sin wouldn't look twice, but Zero may have the key to getting back to the most important thing she ever lost: herself. Brand new werewolf story and magic kind of story coming from Vault. I think this one's going to be excellent. Vault has been coming out with some great titles recently, so I'm ready to check this one out, and that's why it's my number 2 pick this week. But number 1, it's got to go to one that anytime it's been coming out, I'm so excited about, and I took a little bit longer for me to get issue 2 of this series than it was supposed to. Just got it last week, actually. But Billy the Kid, issue number 3 from Justin Gray and Barry McLean, coming from Blue Juice Comics. Just first 2 issues just were so much fun, and as we're learning, you know, who Billy's new enemies are, all these different gods that he has to face and take down, and Luther the Goat really being there and actually teaching him and helping him in learning more about his history a little bit. It's awesome. Really having a fun time with this story. This issue, tragedy strikes as Billy and Luther face a coven of newly resurrected witches with seemingly limitless power. If he is going to survive, Billy must tap into an ancient power he never knew he possessed and become one of the last sunslingers, mythical warriors capable of wielding the fire of Prometheus. So lots going on in this one this week. Very excited to see what happens next in this, and that is why it is my number 1 pick this week for the top indie comics for New Comic Book Day. So that's it. That's what I'm looking forward to this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know down in the comments what you are looking forward to checking out this week for New Comic Book Day. And if you are here and you aren't subscribed yet, go hit that button down below and join in on the fun. Thanks everybody for watching. As always, collect what you love. See you guys next time.